Good morning, Facebook family and friends. Happy Sunday, everyone. Happy Memorial Day weekend. First of all, I would like to thank all the vets, everyone that has served our country to give us the life that we have today, the life that we have in this amazing country of ours today. Some people may not fully understand this, but if it weren't for you, I'll probably be speaking German right now. So let that one sink in a little bit. But welcome to Wisdom Walk number 89. This one is titled, It's Not Too Late. And as I think I said in the last couple of Wisdom Walks I had, some of us have more sunsets behind us than we have in front of us. So as we grow older, it kind of it makes you kind of wonder. Today's my queen's birthday, so it kind of makes me think about age and as we're getting older. And this year, I'm getting to my 60th birthday this year in December. Wow, and I think about how fast that time has gone by. And wow, can't believe it's been 60 years on the planet already. So some of you saw my wisdom walk where I says I'm going to live to 160. If you haven't checked that out and the significance of the age of 160, you may want to check that one out. But I thought today is not too late. And for some of us that are maybe in our 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, you may think it may be too late, but it isn't. It's not too late to still go out there and live your life on your terms. I understand many of us, or many people in the society of the world, especially in the United States, where most people live paycheck to paycheck, you may feel like you have no hope. You may feel like, wow, I'm 50 years old, I'm 40 years old, I still owe 30 years of my mortgage. I just did a refinance for the third time. I don't see where the light is at the end of the tunnel. I don't see myself ever getting out of the situation. Well, I can understand you may think that way. And just remember, there are very successful people that started. Ooh, I hate jumping in this hill first thing. Anyway, it is what it is. So, you may know there's some successful people that started in their 60s and did very well. It's not too late for them. And it wasn't too late for them. And it's not too late for you. People like Colonel Sanders, Ray Kroc, all started in their 60s, and they were able to have a successive life. But unfortunately, at age 60, you have more sunsets behind you than in front of you. So how much of that life or that success were they able to actually enjoy and carry on for decades? So this morning, I want any of my followers, anyone that is listening to my wisdom walks, I want you to think about something today. It's not too late. And yes, it's not too late for you, but I want you to focus on something a little bit different today. I want you to focus on your family, because they may not have access to the wisdom walks. They may not have access to the things that we built in Envy to absolutely change people's lives forever. But here's one thing they do have access to. And I know this will be tough in some cases. They have access to you. And you can put them in a position to not be concerned about having too many sunsets behind them than in front of them. You may have children. You may have grandchildren. And our teachings go deep. We have some members in our Envy social group that I actually speak to their children. A couple of them, their children actually call me, text me. And these are young adults that are still teenagers. And I mentor them from afar. So you can start mentoring them, putting them in a position where they have a ton more sunsets in their future than in their past, and what a tremendously wonderful life they will live if you arm them with the tools of NB Social. I posted I shared a video on my page. You may want to go check it out. It's only about 2 minutes long yesterday, where it talks about the 6 things for success. And they say the average person should know these 6 things by the time they're 25. And most people don't learn number 6 until they're past 40. Well, if you learn these things prior to 25 or prior to 30, what a difference your life will make. I don't think there's anyone in our team in NB Social that, if they're truthful to themselves, which, by the way, we have an amazing group of adults that are so transparent, so caring, so loving. And if any of you are listening to my voice right now, please write a comment of what our weekly meetups are like. Some of the most amazing conversations and programs I've seen people talk about in my entire life. And if we all know, or all knew now, or 10 years ago, or in our 20s, or in our 30s, what we know now, how great life will be. All those sunsets that's past you, what would those be like? I think about today, on a Sunday, that we have an extra day off tomorrow. Most people do. I don't have an extra day off tomorrow. I got an extra day off every seven days a week. But majority of society has an extra day off tomorrow. And they're cherishing it, spending times with their family, making memories. How beautiful is that? Because the system gave you this holiday. So my question to you is, it's not too late for you or your family or your friends to put them in a system that they can enjoy that extra day 7 days a week. Not one day, not a holiday. We don't have to wait for 4th of July or Memorial Day or Saturday or Sunday. We can have those days 7 days a week and enjoy them and make memories with your family. In many of my talks, I talk about things like you can earn income with your time, or you can earn income with your brain. And I will teach anyone, for free, by the way, for free, that wants to learn how to earn income with your brain instead of trading time for dollars, which is what most of the world does. They trade time for dollars. And that's not the smartest thing to do. I've done that for decades, and I finally learned that I don't have to do that anymore. And when someone gave me the information and I found the system, then here I am. And not only am I doing it, now I'm doing it for my family and friends and my community. And I'm showing them how they can do that. Ooh, I just finished the heaviest climb. I'll show you guys real quick. Well, you can't see past the other one, but started way down at the bottom of the hill. So that's why I'm so out of breath. Now I go for a little bit of an incline, and then I hit the slide all the way back down to the house. Oh, I hate when these little rocks pop in my shoes. Anyway, so we have the system that will put you in a position to win. And when I tell you that, those of you that have never heard me speak before or not part of NB Social, when I tell you you're missing probably one of the best things that you can ever be involved in your life, I truly mean that. And I'm saying that to you from my heart. I'm not saying that for you to join and give me money because he has no money to give me. I want nothing from you but your success. Well, I'm sorry. Let me back up. I do want something from you. I don't have a charge. I don't have a fee, but I do have a cost. And let me tell you my cost. So we're all, look, let's understand each other. Let's have an understanding before we have a misunderstanding. So my understanding that we're going to have is I don't want a dime from you. I don't want you to give me anything. I don't want you to send me anything. I don't even want you to thank me because you don't even need to thank me. What I do want you to do is if you follow my system and you become successful, which you will, and I'm not saying I think you'll become successful. I know you'll become successful because it's what I've done to put myself in a position I'm in and what a ton of envy socialites have done to put themselves in that position. So when you do that and when you get involved and you become financially independent and you make more money and you have a better life than you ever thought dreamed possible, I ask you to simply pay the cost, pay the toll, and this is what it is. So once a year in December, you're going to look at your system and see exactly how much money you've made based on my teachings. And you may say, well, how am I going to figure that out? Well, if you have something called an MMA, it will tell you exactly what you've made, exactly what your financial picture is. It's the best GPS for your life than you can ever imagine. So you'll have those numbers. You know if you spend $10 at Starbucks, you know everything. So I would like you to divide that number or take that number, multiply it by 1/3, and then that number that you have, multiply that by another third, and you go back and you give it to your community. Not to me. I don't want anything from you. I don't want you to send me a dime. But you go withdraw $100 bills from the bank and you go out and you do something called a GOLO, which is gift one, lift one. So you're going to pass out these $100 bills to strangers at the gas station, at Walmart, anywhere you go. You just pass out that money and you walk away. You don't have to tell them anything. You don't have to say anything to them. You don't have to tell them your name. You don't have to do anything like that. You just be a blessing. And sometimes we're blessed to be a blessing. And I cannot tell you how much this means to my life, how much it works in my life, because God asked me several years ago, which he speaks to me often and wakes me up often to discuss the things I do with the group. And he's put me in a position to give back. And boy, does he bless me for doing that. I cannot tell you, hey buddy, it's okay. It's okay, guy. I cannot tell you how many blessings I get, both spiritually, monetarily, emotionally, any way you want to do it. How many blessings I get because of the giving heart of envy. And it makes all the difference in the world. So, as I'm telling you, in this Wisdom Walk 89, it's not too late. It's not too late to educate. In fact, I use the word edumacate. Edumacate your friends and family, your kids, your grandkids, your community. And yes, is it going to be a tough scenario for you to do that? Oh, absolutely. Oh, I can tell you right now, they're not going to believe you. They're not going to trust in you because here's the scenario. They know you for who you are, for where you are in life right now. So they may not get to understand where you are, what you're trying to tell them, because they see you for where you are. So you have to bring them to the community. Let the community teach them. Let the community guide them. Your job is simple. Get them into Envy Social. And Envy Social will save their financial life, will save their mental life, will save their relationships. I cannot tell you how many people Envy has saved over the last decade plus, because we have a system that costs nothing. We have a system, and you guys don't be bashful. If you hear my voice right now and you want to write down what envy's done to you or helped you do, please feel free to tell the people that's never heard me talk before. So you now educate these people by having them join our group. And they're going to learn things that they've probably never heard of before. The mindset training is number one. That's the key. Then they're going to learn things like how to become debt-free in 5 to 7 years without spending an extra dollar. They're going to learn things like what an IUL is, the biggest kept financial secret on the planet. They should teach that in high school, because I can take your child, your grandchild, set up an IUL for them, and that will change the trajectory of their life forever. Let me explain. Let me say that one again so you're fully clear in what I'm saying. An IUL will change the trajectory of your child, of your grandchild, forever. They will not have to do the struggles that you did or we've all gone through. I wish my parents taught me this. I wish there was an Envy Social when I was 25 years old, when I was 30 years old. Someone showing me the way to financial freedom, showing me the way to the right mindset, showing me the way to live life on my own terms. Boy, do I wish I had that happen. But again, like I said, it's not too late. And God led me to the position to, fortunately, have me mentored by 2 different billionaires and gave me a calling. And that calling was for me to pass on this word to anyone that wants to listen. Do I beg you? Nope. Am I going to beg you and make you? Nope. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give you the information, and then I'm going to golo you. I'm not going to discuss that because I said I wasn't going to give that in detail. I'm going to golo you instead of you goloing people to help change your life and build a legacy. If you want to know what that means, you better join the group and figure it out. I'm not going to tell you on a live call. You have to go do the work. You have to go put in the work. So as you continue your day, this beautiful Sunday, where it's supposed to be sunny here in Southern California by 10 o'clock, and then we get into the summer schedule. I think the next 10 days is showing we're going to be in the 80s. So pretty excited about that. I love summer, love the hot sun. Don't love the fact that I don't have a boat yet, but when God thinks it's the right time, the right one will show up. I'm just super, super picky, and I just can't get just any boat. It has to be a certain boat. So still out there looking, and I ordered one, but they're ordering 2.5 years to get it. And what they're charging for a brand new one, I'll pass on that. So when God's ready for me to have my pastime, he'll make it happen. So I'm not going to stress about it. But as today rolls on and tomorrow rolls on, and you have that extra day, which is Monday and Tuesday, you have to start over again and go to that JOB, which, look, there's nothing wrong with the job. It's a great place to learn. It's a great place to get started, but it is not what you need to live life in your own terms. Because if you're heading to that job, I guarantee you're heading to that job to go make someone else's dreams come true, not your own. So as you're that employee for that pyramid that I call it, and I know some people call other things pyramid, but they don't understand. Look, the pyramids are in Egypt, but if you want to use that word, I'll play along with it for right now. So I call the job a pyramid because it has an owner, and under the owner, there's a general manager. There's a group of managers. Under that, there's supervisors. There's employees, all the way down to the lowest level employee. And if I look at of how that looks like, if I put it in a chart or a piece of paper, it looks like a pyramid. So I understand that. And people like to jump to other conclusions in other businesses, but that's how the entire business relationship works. Amazon is a pyramid if you want to look at it that way. You got the head guy, you got the other guys, you got the other guys below them, you got the other guys below them, other gals and gals below them, and it keeps going on and on and on until you get to the bottom feeders. So you have to put yourself in a position to have, oh wow, look at these beautiful roses. information. When the doctor smacked you in your butt and made you cry for the first time, he didn't tell you there's an IUL. He didn't tell you, he or she didn't tell you about NB Social. They didn't tell you about mindset training. He or she didn't tell you about paying off your debt free. He or she didn't tell you that you should never use credit cards. And if you do, you just use them for points to take advantage of the bank's bonuses instead of them taking advantage of you. Sorry about that. I was hoping I can get through without getting a break in the signal anyway. So he or she that slapped you in your butt and made you cry for the first time didn't tell you that when you sign a 3.5% interest rate, a 4.5% interest rate, a 6% interest rate, the bank is taking advantage of you and lying to you. I call the banks the biggest financial cartels on the planet because they tell you you're signing a 4%, 3%, 6%, 7% loan. And when you pay them back in full, you pay them 110%, 120%. Don't believe me? Go pull out your financial statement. Go pull out your mortgage statement and go look at the numbers that's in the fine print, the part that they don't tell you about. So they didn't tell you this stuff. You have to learn this. Someone has to educate you. Not educate you, but educate you to teach you these things so you can pass it on to generations because we don't know what we don't know. So you may not believe this, may not understand this, but anyone listening to my voice right now, you have no idea how blessed you are. And again, I'm not taking credit for it because God takes all credit for all things. So God gets the credit for giving me this knowledge or putting people in my life to give me this knowledge so I can pass it on to you. Now, they say knowledge is power. And if you've listened to my wisdom walks, you've heard me use this analogy before. Knowledge is not power. Knowledge is knowledge. The execution of knowledge is power. So as I give you this information, you now have to execute. And should you not execute, it means nothing. Then you're right back to that status of when that doctor slapped you in your butt as a kid, as a newborn, to hear you cry for the first time. I don't know, do they still do that? We used to talk about that when I was a baby. Anyway, when I was a kid. So you put yourself back to that situation. Now, let me drop the mic on you guys. So here's the funniest part. And I want you to think about this very carefully. The information I just dropped on you for the last 20, 30 minutes, however long it's been, is truly proven and powerful. There's no two ways about it. Look, documentation beats the conversation, and I can document everything I'm saying to you. Here's where it gets interesting. All your life, you've been told different things because some of these things that you just heard me say probably shocked you. You're like, what's an IUL? What's that? Or, wait a minute. I'm actually paying the bank 110% interest instead of 4% that I signed? How did that work out? Oh, wait a minute. That credit card that says it's 21% is not really 21%, it's 380%? I never knew that. So here's the interesting part. And I'm going to say this one really, really slowly. As I'm giving you this information, society, the world, is giving you the other information. Yep, I'm going to let that one sink in for a second. Let's let 5 seconds go by. So all the people that you know that don't know what I know is teaching you all the stuff that hurts you. And you don't know that because no one exposed you to what I'm telling you right now. I sure hope that's sinking in right now because you don't know what you don't know. And all my life, I just looked when I purchased homes in the past. I purchased my first home when I was 18 years old. $59,990. I think my payment was $700 and something, but I refused to pay rent. So all I looked at was the interest rate. I have no idea what the interest rate was back then. But all I cared about is the smoke and mirrors they taught me. Look at the payment and look at the rate. Don't look at anything else. Ladies and gentlemen, let me teach you something today that you probably have never thought of. and you may not understand because society doesn't teach this. Interest that you pay, forget the word interest, it's called profit. So just scratch out the word interest and put the word profit. And there's the greedy bank cartels that's trying to make as much profit on you as they possibly can. People like Jamie Dimon, CEO of Chase, $35 million a year is his salary, plus stock options, plus. So it's funny when I think about it, of how they abuse the American people. So this profit that they use, you have to think about. You have to understand, when you go buy a $50,000 car, you did not buy a $50,000 car unless you're writing a check for it and you're paying for it. If you look at some of my wisdom walks, I talk about how all my cars have been for free, because instead of paying cash for them, I finance them, use the cash money to make more money, use the money that the money made, pay off the car. With that money, then I still have my money and the car. I'll let the eyes speak for themselves. So when you look at interest, you look at interest as profit. So when you go buy that $50,000 car, or you put that $5,000 to buy those red bottoms or that Louis Vuitton purse, because it was, well, they don't put those things on sale. Those things are never on sale. But anyway, when you buy those and you think you're going to make that minimum payment and it costs you $15,000 for that same $5,000 purse, it's not called interest. It's called profit. So as you look, and I'll give you a little tip to help yourself go through this process. Well, first of all, you need an MMA. But if you don't know what an MMA is, I suggest you join my group and find it out, because that MMA will eliminate that profit that you pay all these bank cartels. It will eliminate a massive portion of their profit. Massive portion of their profit. But that's up to you if you don't want to listen. So, but go take a look. And look at a car payment that you're making right now. Look and see how much of that payment, that $400, $800, $1,000, whatever your car payment is, how much of it goes to principal and how much of it goes to profit. Remember, I didn't say interest. I said how much goes to principal, how much goes to profit. So if you have $1,000 payment, your principal may be, well, it's car loan, so it's only 5 years, so your principal will be pretty high. So maybe it'll be $600 principal, $400 profit / interest. But you get my point. So you pay $400 profit. So just remember, every day you wake up to go to work, to go to that pyramid, you're going to that pyramid to pay profit, because you got to pay that $600 every month. Yeah, you get the $600 off, and it's worse if it's your mortgage, because if you got a $3,000 mortgage payment, about $400 is going to principal and $2,600 is going to interest, which is $2,600 is going to profit, to the bank cartels, and $400 is going towards your home. So every morning you wake up to go to work, you're going to work to pay profit to the cartels, because that's what I call them, and that's what they are. I don't care what you want to call them, but that's what they are. So we have a way to solve that. And if you want to solve it, I can teach you. But see, no one's ever taught you that before. No one ever talks about that, because in your circle, and you've heard me say this before, take an inventory of your circle. In fact, that little video that I posted yesterday on my page, the 6 things, it says, quit listening to people that are not where you are. That was the number 2 rule. Ooh, I love that rule. Quit listening to people that are not where you are or where you want to be. Why are you going to listen to someone that got less than you or the same as you? You better friend up. Friend up is a beautiful thing, because if you don't friend up, you can take an inventory of the 5 closest people to you in your life, and I pretty much guarantee you're within 5 to 10% of their income level, because you haven't friended up. You want to friend up? Join Envy. We got some friends for you. They'll show you how to get to the next level in life, show you how to earn 6 figures a month instead of 6 figures a year. Or who knows? Maybe 7 figures a month. Maybe 6 figures an hour. You you never know what you can achieve. So I'm coming to the end of my Wisdom Walk 89. I want to show you my little babies. They're little babies. If you watched some of the Wisdom Walks before, I think I was standing in this exact position when the yard was not done yet, and it was horrible looking. But here we are today. Change. Oh, my little baby in the garage here is uncovered. I gotta wash her today because Thursday is the wash day for the guy, but I can't wait till Thursday because I can't drive a dirty car. And I just had her service, and the service guy goes, I do my yearly service with him. He goes, Clayton, you got to drive that car more. He said, the battery's acting up. You're going to hurt the car. Please drive it at least once a weekend. At least start it up, take it around the block, take it down the street, or whatever. So I committed to him once a week. I'll drive it because sometimes 3-4 months go by. I don't even start it up. It just sits there in the garage because I absolutely adore that car with the horsepower and as fast as it is. So I just keep it. And just one of the things I want to give one of the grandbabies. We're going to see which one of them is deserving of the Aston. Of course, they're not going to get it at a young age, but I want that car to stay in the family for a long time or forever because they don't make those cars anymore. Not like that, at least not the V12 like that. But anyway, so I'm back home. Thank you for taking a Wisdom Walk with me. I appreciate all of you. I love all of you. Let me say hi to a few friends. Hello, Dennis. How you doing, sir? Hi, Lillian. Hi, Terrence. Hey, Mike. How you doing? Hey, John. Hi, Stephen. How you doing, sir? Hey, Jack. Hey, Jermaine. Hey, everybody. Okay. Hey, Sharon. Hey, Mike. Okay, let me show you my babies. I'm closer to my babies. They're all healed. And I'm going to show you, I haven't fed them yet, but I've trained them so I can pet them now. Whoa, oops, I forgot, that's my sprayer. Let's keep the animals away. I forgot I didn't turn it off. But I've trained them now that if I sit here, they'll let me pet them. Hey guys, good morning. Good morning, guys and girls. Hey. Took me 2 years to get them to do this, for it to allow me to pet them. So that's one of my joys of the day. So now let me feed them real quick. I'll let you guys, if you guys want to stick around and watch me feed them real quick. So by the way, that's one of the grandbabies' little tools that they will inherit in life. I love that car. That car is so insane. Okay, come on guys. Breakfast time. Here we go. Hey guys. Aww. Hey guys, good boys and girls. There was a time, I'll close with this. There was a time that they would not even come within 2 feet of me. And I was so frustrated. I was like, man, I got to train these guys. It took me 2 years and I got them to do it. So it's not too late for you. So what are you going to accomplish? What are you going to get accomplished? Do you want to accomplish it in 1 day? Or are you going to wait 2 years for it to accomplish? Whatever it takes to do what you need to get done. One of the words of envy is fanejo. Fanejo is failure is not an option. And let me close with the lines of this little beauty. And I'm going to walk around and tell you guys a little bit about it. So it's a V12, dual superchargers, turbo superchargers. And it has a ton of, carbon fiber, like everywhere. And this is one of the first cars that have a fin that is actually built into the car. It's not like a fin that you put on. So if you look at the workmanship of it, they actually built the trunk and they sculpted it, handmade, to make it a fin. So it's pretty cool. And just the lines on it is just so amazing, especially this little line. I don't know why I like this little line that they have right here. So one of the grandbabies will get it. I don't know. Maybe the grandbaby, the girl may get it. Who knows? Olivia may get it. Olivia may be into cars more than the boys. You never know. So anyway, love you all. Thank you for spending some time with me this morning. Go out there, live life on your own terms. Follow envy. It will change your life forever. Take care, everyone. Love you all. Bye-bye.